Everything was perfect until about 2 hours before the start, and it just pissed down, and it rained all day, and the whole time it was horrendous. And I remember getting to sort of 70, 80k, body was feeling good, and you know that moment where the mind just starts wandering? We pulled into Humphreys Bay, my father-in-law said to me, he goes, "Oh, I'm pulling out." He'd ripped something on his shin, so he was in a lot of pain. I took the first opportunity, I said, "Right, I'm done." I pulled out. There was no reason, there was no physical reason. It was just, I had prepared so well physically and had done no preparation mentally for that race. So when it got hard, I bailed. After that run, it probably took me another couple of years to sort of figure out what went wrong. And it just came down to, you can prepare so much for something, but I had not put any time or enough time or any focus on the mental toll that running 100 miles can take on you.
If I do it, I was like, I did bring it, I was just trying to 20 to the gear.
Maybe it's just tailing chuck.
Of what? I don't know, I can't see it.
Some friends were going back to do it. There was Harry, there was Saywan, there was a few of us who were doing it, and it just felt right. You know, I was physically good. I'd kind of gotten over all that failure and thought, right, you know, we'll tackle this. We've got a good crew together, good training group. I had a plan, I got a coach, and I just knew that if I stuck to this plan, I'd finish, and I had to believe it, and I worked equally hard on the training physically as the mental side of it. And so, yeah, when I arrived at the start line, there was never a doubt I was going to finish. It was just how long it was going to take.
See that on my training runs, eh?
Keep heading forward, keep heading the right way, and we'll be there, mate. We're fine. But I'm shitting my pants.
Runners, this is your day. This event was created for you, the brave, the few, the crazy, the 100-milers. You're about to do a 100-mile run, 165 kilometres through some of the most beautiful countryside on earth.
Be grateful for those that helped make it possible, those that have suffered your training, and those that will suffer a day of following you around Rotorua. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Once the gun goes, we sort of surged off, and you sort of saw, you know, Kirk and Carl Reed fly off into the distance, and you think, oh, they're gone. And then there was us at the back, and it was just beautiful. You're running through all the tapuia and out through the geysers and around, and it was just gorgeous. It was warm, because remember 2 years ago we'd been pissing down with rain. And so, yeah, it was awesome. Awesome start. From K1 to K165, it is walk the uphills, run the flats and the downs. That's it. That's your race plan. Keep it as simple as possible. So even early on, you get to a little hill, walk it. Get to the top, run back down. And we just stripped back everything that we'd done previously and went, right, let's just keep it as simple as that. So it was easy, you know, you got to the bottom of a hill, we just walked. Got to the top, we ran. Simple as that.
Good luck!
Thank you!
Get out of the way.
You head through Buried Village at 28k, heading towards the isthmus, and it started to get really hot, like really, really hot.
Grab a cold.
You head along the country road and onto the road, and then straight up onto that road. And it was really, really hot heading into Ruwhakaitu. Like, it was, I don't know, felt a million, you know, it was horrendous. And then you come onto the road and you get the sponge on your face, and that was awesome. I think at that point you're sort of 50 k's in, and yeah, we're sort of 50 k's in, and I remember thinking to myself, shit, I've won every hour to this point. We've got to just sort of consolidate where we're at and keep going, because it's only going to get harder for me. And it did. It just got harder and harder after that. I don't think you realise how hot it is until you kind of get into Ruakaitu and you see all the people, and it's still early in the day. You know, it's still really early within the race, and you sort of realise at that point, you go, your feet are starting to get a bit battered because you've done a lot of running up to that point. You know, you've run all the trails, you've done a bit of Isthmus Trail, you've headed over the boat, you've done probably another 10, 15k of running. You're at 50k, and 50k is still a long way. And you sort of think at that point, shit, you know, this is hard. This is a legitimately tough race. And you head out of Ruakaitu, the chair of the people kind of get you out, and then there's just more road. And you think, shit, we're in for a long day. we're in this for a while.
The end of the world at the palm of my hand. When it all goes to hell, will you still be my friend? My face to the sea and my back to the land. And if you can't come with me, I'll understand. I'll understand. Can we meet in the dark? We don't have to say much. And if you have to go, have to go. If we didn't know what we know, the end of the world at the palm of my hand. When it all goes to hell, will you still be my friend? My face to the sea and my back's to the land. And if you can't come with me, I'll understand.
We left the outlet and you hit the eastern. That just became a walk. Pitch black, no lights, just a couple of headlights. It took hours and hours to get through that section. It was technical, it was steep, tripping, falling, slipping, and eventually we got to Okataina to get the pacer, and that's when it changed again.
It was pretty tough. Yes, please. How disgusting they are. Tomatoes? Yes, please.
The issue is because it's so dark and because it's so technical and because you're so tired, that all compounds into just a shuffle, a very slow shuffle.
I want to get up that hill. All right.
When it came to someone for a pacer, we needed someone who was calm, experienced, had some good stories, some good yarns, some good life experience, who'd done the miler. So there's only one person who we could think of, and it was Eugene, right? He's done all of those things and more.
Yeah, like my head was just going.
So they're looking tired, but they're good. They're strong. I think they're really going to do it. They're they're going to guts it out. Those next 45 k's, it's hard. We're going to a big climb, but they're up for it. They're going to do it.
Eugene, 11-minute 47k average. It's a hustle, eh? I surged up the hill at 10:30s.
You're moving. You're moving. Have you tried going up backwards, maybe?
I don't know, man. All right. Marathon to go, eh? Let's do it.
That's all. Marathon.
We've done 3 of them. Nice smiling t-shirt.
Who's counting? Who's counting? How easy is it then? You've already done 3.
Only 3.
Just only 1. This is one.
This is so dumb, mate.
You're first.
I'm doing this.
Already called it first.
Oh, dude. Never, eh?
As we left, he says, oh, you're 4 hours within cut-off. It's plenty of time. What are you talking about? And he goes, no, the bus is catching you. The bus, as in the cut-off is catching you. You're going slower than the cut-off. We're going, no, we're fine. And he kept saying, we kind of got to the top of Western, and he goes, it's 2 hours 45 within cut-off. Shit, we lost an hour within that section. He goes, yeah, it's still catching you, so we need to start running.
Bingo, and you were the double. You got rest of the run for you.
Thank you.
And so we left there, went down into Miller into Blue Lake, and we pulled into Blue Lake, and he gives me this crusty bit of pizza and a plum. He says, eat this, we've got to go. You've got to get moving. You know, I think at that point it was maybe 2 hours within cut-off. We're thinking, geez, we're moving quickly. We thought we were, but we're still losing time.
Hey, mate. Redwoods. Bit of Sunday Bloody Sunday.
I don't feel normal. I'm tired. How are you?
So armband, or you like it like?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I want to get it done. I just want this to be over. Yeah.
Once we left that, I got a little bit emotional because I knew that we were going to finish. Like once we left that aid station, that was it. Because you're never going to finish at Redwoods. You're going to walk from Redwoods. So it's just then that section was probably the hardest of it all. You know, 2.5 years of going, I'm never going to do another ultra. I can't do an ultra. I'm not good enough to do an ultra. They're too hard. You know, you make everything under the sun why you can't. And then suddenly you apply yourself, you train, you dedicate. You know, you dedicate nights out, you dedicate mornings of sleep-ins, you dedicate so much to get to that shoot. So when I got to that shoot, I just got this big wave of, oh, thank God I'd done it, you know. And I got to the end, and I remember I just had this complete wave of emotion to finally finish. It was just the most incredible feeling. And to have all your friends there cheering you on, yeah, it's something that I'll always remember.
the brain of a 6-year-old usually, but has shown.
It's bloody hard. It is seriously a massive, massive undertaking. Physically, mentally, your family suffers, your work suffers, your whole life suffers for that period. But once it's done, you choose your pounamu and it's done. Everything is finished. And no one can take that away from you.
How's Gene?
Thank you for being such an inspiration to me.
Huge. Huge.